This man is reporting news about a fire. The teleprompter suddenly stops working. The outdoor news segment is about to end. The camera will soon focus on the man. Everyone panics, but the man calmly drinks water. He reports 10 minutes of news without missing a word. The man is a famous news anchor in Korea. He has hyperthymesia. He can't forget anything. He remembers everything since he was a baby. At age 6, he was studied as a scientific oddity. His overworked brain could collapse any time. There's still no cure to live a normal life. He hides his condition and works as a regular news anchor. He's perfect at his job. He never makes mistakes. People love him for exposing the truth. Koreans call him the gentle tyrant. After polite interviews, he asks guests tough questions. He never goes easy on anyone. Today he interviews Korea's top tycoon. His boss warns him not to ask sensitive questions. The tycoon's department store recently caught fire. The TV station barely got this interview. Angering tycoons in Korea is dangerous. The man promises not to ask about it. The interview begins. The man keeps his promise and doesn't ask about the fire. But the tycoon comes prepared. He apologizes to the public nonstop. He promises stricter management in the future. He says nothing like this will happen again. His preemptive move catches the staff off guard. They think the interview will end smoothly. But the man drops a bombshell. For the past 3 years, the chairman has verbally and physically abused his secretary. He demands the chairman admit it. The tycoon plays dumb. The man reveals the secretary's medical report, facial bruises, a broken kneecap, and a torn eardrum. These are the injuries the secretary suffered over 3 years. The tycoon still refuses to admit it. The man says he witnessed it himself 3 years ago as a reporter. He interviewed the tycoon. He saw the tycoon hitting and kicking the secretary. The tycoon's abuse sparks a media storm. It shocks the whole country. Even a genius like him can meet a rookie guest. She's top star Ha-jin, a fashion icon in the public eye. But to her manager, Ha-jin is a clueless airhead. In just one day, she gets caught in 2 scandals, and with 2 different male stars. But Ha-jin doesn't care at all. She even praises the paparazzi's photography skills. She thinks she looks great in the photos. The manager is so angry he wants to scream. Then Ha-jin starts complaining. She says the tabloids exaggerated the story. She was just hanging out with the 2 male stars as friends. But the tabloids say she's dating both. She says she should have flirted with them to make it worth it. Now she feels like she lost out. Then the manager sees many fans at the company entrance. Ha-jin thinks her movie must be a big hit. The fans shout that she's nobody. They say she's too ugly for their favorite stars. These are fans of the 2 male stars in the rumors. They came to attack Ha-jin. Now Ha-jin realizes things are serious. The manager quickly calls for backup. All company staff come to help. The scene becomes very chaotic. They barely manage to get Ha-jin through the crowd. But then Ha-jin does something crazy again. She writes an O on a window with lipstick. Then she takes cute selfies in the mirror. She posts the photos online. She wants to clear up the rumors this way, but her smug expression just makes the female fans even angrier. This is a woman who causes trouble if you take your eyes off her for 3 seconds. But she's about to face a nightmare interview. Her manager looks extremely nervous because the host interviewing Ha-jin this time is Korea's so-called gentle tyrant, Jong-hoon. After watching his interview videos with a serious face, Ha-jin can't help but comment. She says he's super handsome. She's never seen such interesting interviews before. It looks super exciting. Soon, it's time for the interview. Jong-hoon comes to discuss the script with Ha-jin. Ha-jin acts like her usual airhead self. She stares at Jong-hoon like a lovesick fan. She says his tie looks old-fashioned and doesn't suit him even strict. Jong-hoon seems confused by her behavior. Then Ha-jin offers to get him coffee. But when she sees 2 identical cups, she hesitates for a moment. Then she suddenly looks confident. Sure enough, Jong-hoon coughs badly after 1 sip. He asks why the coffee tastes like alcohol. Ha-jin says she took the wrong cup. You actually drank mine. Jong-hoon puts the cup down seriously. He asks if she plans to drink before the live show. She denies it and asks if the host will drink instead. Soon Jong-hoon enters the studio. Ha-jin sees he's still wearing the ugly tie. She immediately takes out the tie she prepared for him. She insists on tying the tie for Jong-hoon herself. Jong-hoon says he can do it himself. Then the interview starts. After some polite small talk, Jong-hoon shows his usual harsh style. He points out Ha-jin keeps changing her opinions on social media. She clearly says she likes something, but soon after she says she hates the same thing. This happens too many times. So he asks Ha-jin why she does this. Ha-jin's face looks uncomfortable after hearing this. She says she can't remember why she did those things. Actually, Ha-jin has short-term memory loss. That's why she keeps changing. Sometimes she even forgets what just happened. Not knowing this, Jong-hoon criticizes Ha-jin. He says this behavior is irresponsible to the public. Ha-jin quickly argues back. She says she just wants to live simply. She wants life as easy as counting from 5 to 6. When Jong-hoon hears this, he freezes completely because his late first love said the same words. He stays frozen for a long time. He doesn't respond when the boss calls him. This causes a serious broadcast accident. Luckily, the boss quickly cuts to commercials. This stops the situation from getting worse. Ha-jin then tries to call Jong-hoon, but Jong-hoon doesn't respond at all. Ha-jin has to walk up to him, but Jong-hoon suddenly grabs Ha-jin's hand. Maybe at this moment, he mistakes Ha-jin for his late first love. After the live broadcast ends, the boss gets very angry at Jong-hoon. The boss says Team Leader Kim saved his career. If they hadn't switched to ads quickly, his blank stare would have been seen by everyone. Jong-hoon blames his day's state on drinking spiked coffee. So he's very upset with Ha-jin. But he doesn't know Ha-jin is now getting hate online because of him. Some fans edited the video badly, making Ha-jin's caring gesture look like she walked away rudely. When the boss finds out, he invites Jong-hoon to dinner. But Jong-hoon sees Ha-jin there too. The boss wants Jong-hoon to apologize to her. Ha-jin kindly says it's no big deal. She says she's used to online hate. It'll blow over soon, so don't worry. The boss makes an excuse to leave. He wants them to talk alone. But Jong-hoon gets up and walks away. Ha-jin sees this and runs after Jong-hoon. She even stops the taxi Jong-hoon tries to take. Jong-hoon asks if Ha-jin likes him. Otherwise, why won't she leave him alone? She even used Team Leader Kim to trick him into coming out. Ha-jin realizes Jong-hoon has misunderstood. She tries to explain, but the manager arrives. Jong-hoon quickly takes the chance to leave. The next morning, Jong-hoon is woken by a call from his assistant. He tells him he's trending online. Social media is full of rumors about him, and Ha-jin headlines call him Ha-jin's new boyfriend Lee Jong-hoon. Just because someone took photos of them talking on the street last night. The photos show nothing unusual, but every news outlet is reporting it. Ha-jin did this to get back at him. She told reporters they're dating. Jong-hoon has no idea, yet his life is about to be turned upside down as soon as he reaches his office. Reporters swarm him. Jong-hoon looks annoyed. He finally gets away from them. But Team Leader Kim is waiting for him. He hands Jong-hoon coffee with a fake smile. Then he pulls him into a private room. A reporter is hiding inside. The reporter keeps asking questions. Jong-hoon says directly that he never dated Ha-jin. Then Team Leader Kim steps forward. He warns Jong-hoon that denying the relationship alone means he dumped Ha-jin. Then people will call him a playboy and a bad guy. Now Jong-hoon realizes he's stuck. He can't admit or deny it. He knows this is Ha-jin's revenge. So he calls Ha-jin. But Ha-jin is filming a show. The fat director hears it's Jong-hoon calling. She quickly calls the cameraman to film. She tells Jong-hoon Ha-jin is promoting her new movie and asks him to say something nice. Jong-hoon hears fans cheering on the phone. He doesn't want to embarrass Ha-jin. He reluctantly says, "Good luck." Now things are even more confusing. Angry Jong-hoon asks to meet Ha-jin, but they meet at a romantic drive-in theater. A couple kissing nearby makes Jong-hoon more upset. If paparazzi see them here, the results would be terrible. Ha-jin says the safest place is the most dangerous one. Soon Ha-jin arrives. She quietly gets into Jong-hoon's car. Jong-hoon asks her directly if this is revenge for last night. Ha-jin says it's partly revenge, but I also genuinely like you. Then she asks Jong-hoon to date her. Jong-hoon refuses right away. Facing Ha-jin's constant talking, Jong-hoon admits he can't forget his first love. Hearing this, Ha-jin says his behavior, still hung up on his ex, makes him a total fool. Then she stops insisting. But she just announced their relationship today. Breaking up so soon might hurt her movie. So she asks Jong-hoon to wait a while longer. They can break up after the movie hype dies down. Jong-hoon agrees, but gives her only 2 weeks. Suddenly a camera flash goes off. Jong-hoon recognizes a reporter. Ha-jin panics, and even leaves her car behind. She tells Jong-hoon to run. Since Ha-jin has no car now, Jong-hoon offers to drive her home. But then snow starts falling. Jong-hoon freezes completely. Memories of his girlfriend's accident flood back. It was also a snowy night like this. Her blood stained, the ground red. Jong-hoon struggles to snap out of it. He quickly pulls the car over. He tells Ha-jin he can't drive now. She should take a taxi home. Then he steps outside gasping for air. Seeing this, Ha-jin quickly runs after him. She doesn't understand Jong-hoon's strange behavior. like that time in the studio when he suddenly grabbed Ha-Jin's wrist. Jong-hoon's face was full of shock and sadness. She tries to learn more about Jong-hoon's story. She asks what he's thinking when he stays silent. She says, compared to made-up stories, people have more to say in their silence. Hearing Ha-Jin repeat his girlfriend's exact words, Jong-hoon's eyes widen in shock. He demands to know who Ha-Jin really is. How nice it is to have someone who truly understands you. These two are like the overseas version of soulmate. They grew up together, sharing the same hobbies and interests. Happy times were shared together. Sad times were faced together. What more could one ask for in a best friend? They thought they'd stay together forever, but then an accident happened. Ha-Jin can't accept this truth. She can't even face Seo-yeon one last time. Just like that, Ha-Jin is sent to a mental hospital for treatment. The doctor tries to comfort her, but Ha-Jin says she just wants to disappear. After this, Ha-Jin doesn't speak for 3 months, until today. She says she wants to sleep. The doctor sees Ha-Jin's condition is improving. He gives her some sleep candies to help, but Ha-Jin saves up all the candies. Instead, then she takes them all at once. Luckily they find her in time. After 3 days in a coma, her brain activates a survival mode to stay alive. It erases all memories of Seo-yeon. She can't remember who Seo-yeon is. All the pain is gone too, but she now has memory gaps. Sometimes, to protect Ha-Jin, her family and friends hide everything about Seo-yeon the dead. Seo-yeon was Jong-hoon's first love. He remembers his girlfriend often talked about her best friend Hana. That was actually Ha-Jin's childhood name. Now he realizes there's someone else who feels the same deep pain over Seo-yeon's death, and she's now his girlfriend in name. Meanwhile, Ha-Jin is busy promoting her new movie, but reporters care more about her relationship with Jong-hoon than the film. Director Kim whispers to Ha-Jin she can skip these questions if uncomfortable. But Ha-Jin answers openly, saying she really likes Jong-hoon, especially when he's being sarcastic. It's super sexy. Ha-Jin's honesty brings her good luck. Their upcoming movie tops the popularity charts. This happens after their relationship goes public. The fat representative praises Ha-Jin's acting and love life. He tells her to keep dating Jong-hoon and wait before having kids. Seeing how excited the fat representative gets, Ha-Jin can't imagine what would happen if he knew their relationship was fake. The manager suggests to Ha-Jin that she ask Jong-hoon to extend their fake relationship. She calls Jong-hoon that evening. Jong-hoon remembers the doctor's words. Forgetting is the only way for Ha-Jin to survive. So Jong-hoon ignores her call, but he can't help calling the doctor. He asks what would happen if Ha-Jin remembers everything. The doctor says it might be worse than before. This makes Jong-hoon feel terrible. He both envies and pities Ha-Jin. Is it more painful to forget to survive, or to be someone who can never forget? The doctor stays silent after hearing this. After hanging up, Jong-hoon gets a text from Ha-Jin. She asks if he's feeling unwell. She jokes if his eyes or fingers aren't working to see or reply. She tells him to reply quickly. It's urgent. Every time Ha-Jin hears her phone ring, she hopes it's Jong-hoon calling. She falls flat on her face, but the call turns out to be from her boss. Just as Ha-Jin feels disappointed, Jong-hoon actually calls her. She nervously clears her throat. She arranges to meet Jong-hoon at a cafe. Ha-Jin quickly gets herself ready. She wears an elegant brown wool coat, but she almost trips while going upstairs. Jong-hoon catches her and says he can't let his guard down around her. His sudden kindness makes Ha-Jin flustered. Then they go to the window. They look at the beautiful view outside. Ha-Jin can't resist taking a selfie. She secretly takes a photo with Jong-hoon too. He asks why she likes taking photos so much. She says she has a bad memory, so she likes to take photos to remember things. Hearing this, Jong-hoon feels sorry for her. Then Ha-Jin nervously asks to extend their contract. But Jong-hoon says he won't see her again. To protect her from remembering Seo-yeon, he says they should break up. He will announce it when her movie finishes showing how does a star react after being dumped. Just like any other girl, she takes pretty selfies and posts sad quotes. The manager sees Ha-Jin's social media post. He can't help but mock her for being too sensitive. She was only fake dating Jong-hoon. Why is she acting so heartbroken? Now, Ha-Jin thinks he has a point. She quickly cheers up again. She tells herself to stay strong. She praises her cute face and goes to wash up. Her mood swings are too much for the manager. Then they take a car to the company. They see a huge crowd of fans gathered at the entrance. The manager asks what trouble she caused. Now Ha-Jin says she did nothing. The fans rush forward like last time. They don't even wait for the car to stop, but this time they're shouting, "You're so pretty, sis." These are actually her and Jong-hoon's shipper fans. Ha-jin feels surprised but flattered. Jong-hoon also receives many gifts from fans. He stares at a weird doll, speechless. He tosses all the gifts to his assistant. He insists again that he's not dating Ha-jin. The assistant says he won't believe Jong-hoon's lies anymore. Jong-hoon takes the assistant's phone. Someone posted photos of him and Ha-jin talking by the riverside. The assistant jokes, "Is it okay for you and your wife to keep dominating the trending list?" Then their boss walks over. The station chief puts a notice in front of Jong-hoon. The person to be interviewed is Director Kim from Ha-jin's movie. Jong-hoon looks unhappy after reading it. He doesn't want any connection with Ha-jin's world anymore. He goes to the station chief to ask for someone else to do the interview. The station chief says no. He insists it must be Jong-hoon. The station chief says they need Jong-hoon and Ha-jin's popularity. It will help the TV station get higher ratings. He also tells Jong-hoon not to feel insecure, even though he's not good enough for Ha-jin. Jong-hoon gets upset hearing this. "Why do you say I'm not good enough for her? Weren't you saying bad things about Ha-jin recently? How did you change your mind so fast?" The station chief says Ha-jin's new movie is great, so he changed from hating to liking her. Jong-hoon becomes curious. He secretly goes to the cinema wearing a hat. Ha-jin's movie is really good. The final monologue makes Jong-hoon think about their fates. Ha-jin chose to lose precious memories to survive that he can never forget any painful memories. Which one is sadder? When he finally notices the movie ended long ago, he stands up and leaves. But 3 schoolgirls who watched the movie recognize him. The girls grab Jong-hoon and take his photo. Jong-hoon knows this is bad news. Sure enough, in less than half an hour the news spreads. Jong-hoon watched his ex's new movie late at night, cried, and stayed till the end. The story quickly trends online. Ha-jin sees it and gets excited. She wakes her sleepy manager and starts bragging. "So Jong-hoon is just a tough guy with a soft heart. He secretly watched my movie and even cried because of it." Back home, Jong-hoon gets a text from his assistant. The assistant congratulates him for being voted Korea's most romantic man. Early the next morning, Ha-jin starts getting ready. She debates what to wear to meet her tough but soft-hearted man. Then she drives to Jong-hoon's office. Jong-hoon sees Ha-jin standing there, his face looking worse than if he were crying. He tries to send her away quickly but spots his nosy boss watching. To avoid being caught, Jong-hoon jumps into Ha-jin's car. They go to the same cafe as before. Ha-jin suddenly feels confident again. She says she understands Jong-hoon's struggle. Since she's such a famous star, he must have pushed her away because of the pressure. Jong-hoon immediately denies it. Jong-hoon says he's watching movies because he'll interview a film director soon. He tells Ha-jin not to get the wrong idea. Hearing this, Ha-jin's smile slowly fades away. She then asks Jong-hoon a question. She only wants to ask him one thing. She asks if he ever thought about her during this time. Jong-hoon says he's not someone who forgets easily. Ha-jin takes this as confirmation that he did think about her. Because Jong-hoon has hyperthymesia, he literally can't forget Ha-jin. Not knowing this, Ha-jin hears his words and thinks he might have feelings for her. She says she'll give him some time to figure out his true feelings, but he must not avoid her during this time. She knows where he lives. Jong-hoon laughs at her words. He never thought a girl would threaten him. Since they're both public figures, they meet quite often the next day at a TV awards ceremony. Ha-jin appears as a guest again. When the station chief leaves, Ha-jin quickly says she didn't know Jong-hoon would be there. She tells him not to misunderstand. Jong-hoon laughs at this. Without realizing it, his attitude toward Ha-jin has changed soon. It's Jong-hoon's turn to receive an award. After his acceptance speech, the host asks if he wants to say something to someone in the audience. Everyone in the audience, including reporters, hears this. They all turn their attention to Ha-jin at the same time. Jong-hoon sees this, but doesn't avoid it. Instead, he looks seriously at Ha-jin and says, "I hope your future days are happier than your past. I'll support you." These sincere and heartfelt words make Ha-jin's heart slowly fall for him. After the event ends, when Jong-hoon says goodbye to Ha-jin, Ha-jin can't take her eyes off him. Back home, Ha-jin keeps replaying the video clip. She can't help but admire how charming Jong-hoon is. He seems colder than anyone else, yet also warmer than anyone else. Is he just pretending to be innocent? The manager looks helplessly at the lovesick Ha-jin. He tells her to sleep more and stop acting crazy. Meanwhile, Jong-hoon's assistant comes over again. He says their moment is trending as top news again. Then Ha-jin sends Jong-hoon a message. She says she loves the photos and wanted to post them online, but remembered his angry look and stopped herself. She tells him to keep them instead. Jong-hoon can't help but smile after reading it. His assistant notices his smile. After sending the message, Ha-jin stares at her phone like crazy, wondering why Jong-hoon hasn't replied. The manager sees Ha-jin acting like this. Before leaving, the manager asks if Ha-jin will be okay alone at home. Ha-jin says she's going to sleep soon and tells the manager to leave. But Ha-jin can't sleep because Jong-hoon upset her. She decides to go watch her own movie. Ha-jin leaves home and takes a pretty selfie. She doesn't notice a shadowy figure watching her. When she gets in her car, the figure moves closer. Meanwhile, Jong-hoon's assistant looks through fan gifts and notices something strange. When Jong-hoon leaves the studio, the assistant shows him the photos. Jong-hoon stares in shock at the scratched pictures. He remembers his photos with Seo-yeon were also scratched like this. A bad feeling hits him. He quickly checks his phone and sees Ha-jin's post about going to the movies. He calls the manager to ask which theater Ha-jin likes. Then he rushes to the cinema. He keeps calling Ha-jin, but no one answers. Memories flood Jong-hoon's mind. The scratched photos, the creepy room full of Seo-yeon's pictures. Last time he couldn't protect Seo-yeon. This time he must save Ha-jin. This time he must protect Ha-jin. A beautiful woman never expects that her simple act of kindness would awaken a sick man's obsession. The man becomes obsessed with Seo-yeon. He covers his room with her photos and even prepares a wedding dress for her. When he learns she has a boyfriend, he scratches Jong-hoon's photo in anger. Finally, he kidnaps Seo-yeon. He declares his love with a twisted face. Any woman would be terrified by this. If he can't have her, no one else can. He pushes Seo-yeon off the roof. She dies right in front of Jong-hoon. This becomes a wound that never heals. After searching, he sees Ha-jin on the street being grabbed by some men. Jong-hoon rushes toward them, ignoring the speeding cars. He pushes the men away, then pulls Ha-jin into a tight hug. He tells her it's okay. Now the men gather around them, angrily asking who he is. He says, "I'm her boyfriend." Now the men recognize Jong-hoon. It turns out to be a misunderstanding. Ha-jin accidentally hit their car while driving. When the men got out to argue, they realized it was the famous Ha-jin. They all wanted to take photos with her. Ha-jin sees all of Jong-hoon's missed calls on her phone. She says, "You really care about me, don't you?" Jong-hoon can't bring up Seo-yeon's matter now. He just tells Ha-jin not to go out so late next time. Then the manager arrives. Before leaving, Ha-jin says she'll contact Jong-hoon when she gets home so he won't worry about her. Back home, Jong-hoon calls the manager. He tells her what happened today. They worry Ha-jin might remember Seo-yeon's case if she finds out, so they decide to keep it from her. The manager says Ha-jin needs protection due to her popularity. She hires several bodyguards for Ha-jin at the company. They cancel an event Ha-jin was supposed to attend, but a call from the event staff reveals the truth. After Ha-jin keeps asking, the manager finally tells her about the photos. Ha-jin starts worrying about Jong-hoon's safety. She calls him and tells him to be careful too. After hanging up, Ha-jin looks at the photos again. Some broken memories flash in her mind. She seems to be slowly recovering her past memories. The next day, Jong-hoon goes to the station chief's office. Through the glass, Jong-hoon sees Director Kim taking photos of the station chief. After Director Kim leaves, the station chief says, "Director Kim kept asking indirect questions. He seems very interested in your relationship with Ha-jin." Hearing this, Jong-hoon starts suspecting Director Kim too. Later, during an interview, Director Kim asks on national TV. He jokingly questions if Jong-hoon and Ha-jin are fake dating. Jong-hoon denies it immediately. He grows more convinced. Director Kim sent those photos. That night, Director Kim invites both Jong-hoon and Ha-jin to dinner. He keeps watching their interactions. His words carefully test their real relationship. But after spending days together, Jong-hoon and Ha-jin now get along perfectly. This makes Director Kim jealous. He keeps drinking glass after glass. Soon the bottle is empty. Director Kim stands to call the waiter, but sees Jong-hoon and Ha-jin whispering behind him. This makes him even angrier. He goes to the restroom and vomits. Jong-hoon uses this chance to quickly search Director Kim's bag, looking for proof against him, but finds nothing useful. Ha-jin spots Director Kim returning. She warns Jong-hoon to stop, but accidentally falls into Jong-hoon's arms. Director Kim sees this when he comes back. This makes Director Kim feel even worse. They see Director Kim is drunk. They suggest ending things for today, but Director Kim won't let it go. He even grabs Ha-jin's arm. Jong-hoon steps in like a protective boyfriend. He grabs Director Kim's arm and pushes him flat on his back. Director Kim's strange behavior makes Jong-hoon almost sure he's the one who took those secret photos. But neither knows. A shadowy figure is sneaking into Ha-jin's house right now. The figure moves straight to the bedroom and sits right on Ha-jin's bed. A car sound comes from outside. The figure quickly gets up to look. Seeing the actress has returned, the figure hurries away outside. Ha-jin tells Jong-hoon her brain isn't working right. Strange memories keep popping up, but she can't remember past events. She asks if they knew each other before. You said you didn't like me, but you care so much you notice everything about me. Facing Ha-jin's questions, Jong-hoon still won't tell the truth. He says he cares because she reminds him of a friend, and she's now facing the same danger. Ha-jin's driver arrives just then. The manager just took the drunk director Kim home. He won't be back for a while, so he asked Moon Cheol to look after Ha-jin first. Suddenly, someone hiding in the dark makes a noise. Jong-hoon quickly runs after them. For Ha-jin's safety, he must catch this stalker. Jong-hoon takes a shortcut and tackles the person. Facing Jong-hoon's anger, the person quickly removes their mask. It's reporter Park from a gossip magazine. Jong-hoon knows him. He's a famous paparazzi who makes money by spying on celebrities. Jong-hoon grabs his camera. He takes out the memory card. He warns him to stay away from Ha-jin, or else he'll regret it. But even after catching reporter Park, they can't be sure he sent the scratched photos. As a famous star, Ha-jin has many stalkers like him. Then the assistant hands Jong-hoon 2 files. One is about reporter Park. The other is about Ha-jin's driver Moon Cheol. They checked him because he lives close to Ha-jin's home. The assistant asks if Jong-hoon is being too suspicious. Drivers often live near their employers for convenience, but Jong-hoon won't ignore any suspicious person. The next day, the fat representative visits Ha-jin with a big smile. Ha-jin's popularity has recently skyrocketed. She even received a script from a famous screenwriter. The role she's offered is actually a TV host. Ha-jin feels very excited about this opportunity. The fat representative suggests Jong-hoon could help her prepare, but Ha-jin looks troubled by this idea. The manager quickly says Jong-hoon is very busy. After the fat representative leaves, Ha-jin can no longer hide her nervousness. The manager suggests testing Jong-hoon's reaction first. Haven't you two been getting along well lately? Finally, she reluctantly calls Jong-hoon. She immediately asks if he needs any help. Jong-hoon looks confused and says no. Why? Ha-jin says she'll help him with anything, but help should go both ways. So when I need your help, you must help me too. Jong-hoon says okay. He says they'll talk about it later. What kind of approach is this? It's so cute. But before Ha-jin can ask him, the station chief approaches Jong-hoon first. He even prepares breakfast for Jong-hoon. Jong-hoon senses trouble. The station chief says he needs a favor. He asks Jong-hoon to narrate a documentary. It's not a big deal, but he wants Jong-hoon to invite Ha-jin to co-host. Jong-hoon looks very unwilling. Jong-hoon asks the station chief to stop pairing them together all the time. The station chief starts complaining. He says the TV station's ratings are bad. Their competitors are watching closely. After the station chief keeps begging, Jong-hoon finally agrees. Ha-jin says yes, right away. Jong-hoon tells her she doesn't have to decide so fast. She can think about it first. But Ha-jin says no need to think. Didn't they just promise to help each other? Then she asks Jong-hoon to help her with acting lessons. Since Jong-hoon just asked her for help, he can't refuse. He says yes. Ha-jin is overjoyed. She even gives Jong-hoon a big hug. Later, Ha-jin takes him to meet the writer and director. The writer likes Ha-jin, but the director stays cold the whole time. When the writer and Jong-hoon step out, the director shows his true colors. He calls Ha-jin vulgar. He says she can't handle the lead role. She only got the script because she's dating a famous anchor. He asks if she isn't ashamed. The director mocks her for finding a successful man. These insulting words. Jong-hoon happens to hear this as he walks back in. He enters the room without showing any emotion. Director Kim quickly stops talking. When the writer also returns, Jong-hoon starts using his sharp tongue. He jokingly asks the writer if Ha-jin got the script because of him. The writer quickly denies it. He sincerely praises Ha-jin's talent. Jong-hoon says only shady people would think that way. The writer agrees and adds that such people have disgusting minds. Then he asks director Kim if he agrees. The director knows Jong-hoon is mocking him, but he just nods and forces a smile. On their way back, Ha-jin is still upset by the director's words. She asks Jong-hoon to buy her a beer. Jong-hoon happily agrees. After Ha-jin takes a big gulp of beer, Jong-hoon hands her a bottle of water. Tipsy Ha-jin starts wandering around aimlessly. Jong-hoon follows her the whole time. She asks if she really seems vulgar. Jong-hoon says the director is just a cowardly jerk. He tells her to focus on acting well. If she loves the role, she shouldn't care about a jerk's opinion. Overwhelmed with emotion, Ha-jin suddenly kisses Jong-hoon. He hesitates for a second before pushing her away. Jong-hoon hesitates for a split second before quickly pushing Ha-jin away. He says they can't be like this because she'll definitely regret it later. Ha-jin says she won't regret it. Jong-hoon insists she will, and it will hurt her deeply. Ha-jin walks into her home, looking sad. The manager quickly asks what's wrong. Ha-jin says she doesn't understand. He clearly cares about her. He's always the first to help when she's in danger, but why won't he admit he likes her? Meanwhile, Jong-hoon returns home. He can't stop thinking about what just happened. His heart feels heavy with conflict. If he accepts Ha-jin's feelings now, when she regains her memories, she won't be able to handle it. Plus, they still haven't found who's stalking Ha-jin. The next day at work, Jong-hoon receives another vandalized photo. It says, "Stop dreaming, Ha-jin is mine." Now Jong-hoon is sure this person is connected to Seo-yeon's killer. After kidnapping Seo-yeon, the man called Jong-hoon to taunt him. He said, "Stop dreaming, Seo-yeon is mine." Jong-hoon rushed to Seo-yeon's location in panic, but he was too late. He could only watch as Seo-yeon died in his arms. Jong-hoon now, completely crazy, quickly finds the man losing control. He only wants to kill the man right now. But before he can do anything, the man decides to join Seo-yeon in death. He cuts his own throat with a piece of glass. Police arrive just in time to stop him. Jong-hoon slowly comes back from his memories. He needs to check if the man is still in prison. He goes to the special hospital where the man is kept. The director takes him to the man's cell door. To his surprise, the man is still locked up tight in his cell. So who sent those photos then? 2. He talks about this with his doctor friend. The doctor says Ha-jin is a celebrity. Maybe some crazy fan sent those photos. The similar words might just be a coincidence. Jong-hoon starts remembering what happened 8 years ago. He saw the man many times at convenience stores and cafes. Back then Jong-hoon didn't pay attention. He thought it was just chance. But this led to the terrible tragedy. In some way, he believes his carelessness caused Seo-yeon's death. So this time he won't make the same mistake again. After being rejected, Ha-jin feels sad all night. The next day, she sees Jong-hoon again. She also meets her old doctor from back then. She's surprised to learn the doctor and Jong-hoon are friends. When they see Ha-jin, their expressions become awkward. Ha-jin notices something is wrong. That night, she meets the doctor alone. She remembers when she was in the hospital, the doctor once mentioned having a close friend. Unlike Ha-jin's memory loss, his friend has a condition where he can never forget anything. The doctor is surprised. Ha-jin remembers seeing the doctor's face. Ha-jin realizes the friend is Jong-hoon. That night Ha-jin searches about Jong-hoon's illness. Watching Jong-hoon on live TV, her heart aches for him. Jong-hoon finishes the news report. He wishes everyone a good night. As the broadcast ends, the doctor rushes to meet Jong-hoon. He apologizes for revealing Jong-hoon's secret. He only mentioned it casually to Ha-jin years ago. He never thought she would remember. Jong-hoon tells the doctor Ha-jin keeps recalling strange fragments of memories. The doctor grows worried. He fears how Ha-jin will react if she remembers Seo-yeon. The next morning the driver comes to Ha-jin's house. He sees a new security camera at the door. He knows something is wrong. The footage shows a suspicious man. He lies that the camera wasn't working. The camera was Jong-hoon's idea. The cameras were just installed. How could they stop working? He feels more and more that the driver is suspicious. Meanwhile, Ha-jin gets a call from Director Kim. He invites Ha-jin to his house to discuss something. Ha-jin sees Director Kim. His house is covered with her photos. Director Kim walks over to her. He proudly asks Ha-jin what she thinks. If Ha-jin could remember her past now, she would be terrified by his behavior. Director Kim hands Ha-jin a script. He says it's made just for her. Ha-jin feels bad and says she already accepted another script, so she can't take this one right now. Hearing this, Director Kim suddenly gets angry. Luckily, the manager arrives in time. Director Kim puts on his fake smile again. After Ha-jin and the manager leave, Director Kim holds the script. He throws it hard at Ha-jin's poster. Later, Ha-jin visits Jong-hoon for research, but she doesn't want to disturb his work, so she secretly watches from the side. Jong-hoon notices and asks her to sit with him. Then he carefully explains to Ha-jin what a news anchor should pay attention to. While they're happily talking, their boss interrupts them. He even scolds Jong-hoon in front of Ha-jin. Ha-jin quickly writes this down in her notebook. Then she walks behind the boss. She suddenly slaps the back of his head hard. When the boss turns around, Ha-jin says she mistook him for someone else. She looks sorry and rubs his head gently. Jong-hoon and his mother see this happen. Jong-hoon's mother greets Ha-jin first. She invites Ha-jin to eat together. The mother really likes Ha-jin. Ha-jin acts sweet and cute. She says she'll treat the mother to dinner soon. Then Jong-hoon's mother returns to the hospital. The nurse says her health is very poor now, she shouldn't go out anymore. Next day Ha-jin comes back to the TV station. She forgot her notebook here yesterday. But now Jong-hoon has the notebook. Ha-jin wrote everything about him inside. She recorded all his daily habits, his work hours, his favorite coffee, what he does alone. He calls Ha-jin and returns the notebook. Ha-jin knows he read it. She nervously asks him not to be angry. She says she forgets things easily, so she writes down important memories. Jong-hoon is someone she wants to remember forever. Jong-hoon looks at this loving woman before him. Jong-hoon feels deeply moved, but can't find words. That night he walks Ha-jin home, but he unexpectedly sees his father looking very sad. Jong-hoon gets a bad feeling about this. He quickly follows his father. After passing through a hallway full of funeral wreaths, he sees his father wearing a black mourning cloth. The person who died is his mother. This is the saddest mother I've ever seen. Even as her life reaches its end, she tells her husband not to call their son. She says Jong-hoon must not see her body. Her son has hyperthymesia. He can't forget anything he experiences. If he sees this sad scene now, it will cause him endless pain in life. She can't let her son remember her cold dead body every day. But Jong-hoon finds out anyway. When he rushes there, his mother is already just a photo. Sadness and anger hit him hard, but he has no way to let these feelings out. He hides by his mother's body and cries. Ha-jin watches him sadly from the door. She doesn't know how to comfort him. She cancels all her work schedules and stays outside to watch over him. But Reporter Park shamelessly follows them. Reporter Park raises his camera to take photos. The quick-thinking manager stands up to block him. But Reporter Park won't give up. He walks over with a smirk, trying to snap more pictures. Even though the manager reminds him this isn't the right place, he still refuses to leave. Then Jong-hoon's assistant Peter comes over and pulls Reporter Park away, but Reporter Park scolds him, acting like a senior. Just in time, the manager arrives and chases Reporter Park away. After Jong-hoon convinces her, Ha-jin decides to go home and rest. They leave the funeral home together, but the crying family outside makes Ha-jin feel like she's seen this before in her memory. She has experienced this scene before, but she can't see the woman's face in the portrait. Clearly, meanwhile, Director Kim, who was rejected by Ha-jin, goes straight to the fat representative. The fat representative says the same thing as Ha-jin. Ha-jin really doesn't have time for his script. Director Kim's face darkens after hearing this. His tone slowly changes from polite to threatening. The fat representative has no choice but to agree. A few days later, Assistant Peter texts Ha-jin. He says no one can reach Jong-hoon for days. Ha-jin rushes to Jong-hoon's house, but no one answers, no matter how long she knocks. Just as Ha-jin is about to call the police, Jong-hoon finally opens the door. Ha-jin sees Jong-hoon looking tired and drinking all day. Ha-jin tells him not to blame himself. Your mother did this because she loved you. She tells him to stay strong. Anyone who loses a family member will be haunted by painful memories. Jong-hoon says, but you're not. You forgot everything and live like nothing happened. So he asks her to stop pretending to understand. Ha-jin quietly leaves Jong-hoon's house, but his words stay in her mind. She wants to know more about her forgotten memories. What really happened back then? That night, Ha-jin dreams of sitting with another girl, but she can't see the girl's face clearly. Ha-jin wakes up and washes her face with cold water. A strange sadness lingers in her heart. She desperately wants to know who the girl in her dream is. Meanwhile, someone is cutting up photos of Ha-jin, then sends them to the man who hurt Seo-yeon. The next day the security guard calls the manager, saying Jong-hoon drove off alone. Ha-jin and the manager rush to find him. At Jong-hoon's doorstep, they meet the doctor, who also came. The doctor thinks Jong-hoon went to see his mother, so they head toward the cemetery. They find Jong-hoon's car parked here, but when they reach the cemetery, Jong-hoon is nowhere to be seen. Ha-jin watches the snowflakes falling from the sky. She remembers that snow brings bad memories for Jong-hoon. Just as Ha-jin suspected, the snowfall triggers Jong-hoon. His mind gets trapped in painful memories. Just as he's about to faint, Ha-jin appears and catches him in time. She and the doctor take Jong-hoon back home. Worried he won't eat, Ha-jin prepares a lunchbox before leaving with a note saying, "You must finish this." Back home, Ha-jin develops a high fever. The manager quickly gets fever medicine. Late at night, when Ha-jin is asleep, a shadowy figure climbs over her garden wall, sprays paint to block the security camera, then sneaks into Ha-jin's bedroom, gently strokes her cheek with obsession. The medicine makes Ha-jin sleep deeply. She doesn't notice anything. When she wakes up the next morning, her room is covered with photos of herself. Lipstick messages say, "You're mine," repeatedly, and creepy words like, "I'm always watching you." The manager and representative are shocked by the scene. Meanwhile, Jong-hoon stares at empty liquor bottles, remembering his hurtful words to Ha-jin, how he accused her of forgetting everything and living carefree. He tells her to stop pretending to understand when she doesn't. A wave of guilt suddenly washes over him. He opens his phone. It's full of messages from the station chief. He realizes so many people have been quietly caring about and supporting him. He pulls himself together and goes to the TV station. The station chief feels relieved seeing Jong-hoon looking better. To find out who broke into Ha-jin's room, the manager calls Assistant Peter. Assistant Peter later meets Jong-hoon. Hearing the news, Jong-hoon rushes to Ha-jin's place. Luckily, only the house is messy. He's just glad she's safe, but she can't stay here anymore. Jong-hoon first apologizes to Ha-jin. He says he spoke harshly because he was drunk that day. Easygoing Ha-jin doesn't mind at all. She says if he's sorry, he should never drink again because he really can't handle alcohol. Well, then he takes Ha-jin and the manager to a new place. Ha-jin asks whose house this is. Jong-hoon says it's a friend's. The friend is away and won't be back soon. They can stay as long as they want. Later, the manager finds the owner's childhood photo. It looks familiar, but she can't remember who it is. The house actually belongs to Assistant Peter. Now he's at Jong-hoon's place bragging about his help. Jong-hoon praises him for being so supportive. Then he asks Jong-hoon which room he can stay in. But Jong-hoon won't give him the chance to live together. He hands him a credit card and tells him to stay at a hotel. Soon, it's time for Jong-hoon's show to return. Ha-jin specially comes to the TV station to visit, but she can't find Jong-hoon anywhere. Actually, Jong-hoon is hiding on the rooftop, missing his mother. Seeing this, Ha-jin doesn't disturb him. She waits until Jong-hoon calms down and comes back. Then she walks up to cheer him on. With Ha-jin's encouragement, Jong-hoon finally regains his confidence and returns to the studio. Ha-jin watches Jong-hoon sitting properly in front of the camera. She knows the professional and confident man is back. Meanwhile, the manager goes home at night, but she hears rustling sounds from the bedroom. This time she finally catches the creep. She swings her umbrella and starts hitting him. The figure quickly shouts, "It's me, Peter." Seeing this makes the manager even angrier. "So you're the creep." She pins Peter down and is about to hit him again. Peter quickly says, "This is my house." Only then does the manager stop. After Jong-hoon's live broadcast ends, he plans to spend time alone with Ha-jin, but their boss insists on taking them out for drinks. Soon the boss gets completely drunk. He takes out his phone and asks his wife to pick him up. The boss shouts, "Honey," but he never expected his wife to be the station chief. No one knew these two were actually a couple. They act completely different from their cold office selves. They even start showing affection on the street. Maybe inspired by their happy mood, Jong-hoon decides to walk Ha-jin home. They stroll under cherry blossom trees. Both feel lighthearted and happy. Ha-jin acts like a girl in love. She walks backward with hands behind her back. But just then Jong-hoon warns her to be careful. He says he can never let his guard down with her. Meanwhile, Director Kim's obsession with Ha-jin is becoming almost unhealthy. To make Ha-jin accept his script, he tries every trick, threats, and bribes. He brings photos to give to Ha-jin, but she has already moved. No one answers the door. He calls Ha-jin instead. The manager answers the phone politely, says Ha-jin is filming and will finish late. Director Kim asks her to call back after filming, says he'll wait, no matter how late. The manager says, "Understood," hangs up while controlling anger, then blocks Director Kim. Immediately, Director Kim's growing obsession Ha-jin starts to suspect Director Kim was the one who broke into her room that night. Meanwhile, Ha-jin's driver Moon Cheol angrily storms into the office. He demands to know why the fat representative replaced him. Besides Director Kim, Jong-hoon also suspects Moon Cheol. The driver becomes his second suspect. The fat representative explains it's just a temporary change. Moon Cheol looks upset and says he's definitely not the one who took photos of Ha-jin. But his expression after turning away seems suspicious. While driving, Jong-hoon notices a car has been following him. He immediately makes a U-turn. At the next traffic light, he catches up. He slams the brakes to stop the suspicious car. Inside is Reporter Park. Too scared to open the door, Reporter Park speeds away when the light turns green. But Jong-hoon won't let him escape. He goes to Reporter Park's office. He grabs Reporter Park by the collar. He accuses him of being the stalker who entered Ha-jin's home. Reporter Park tries to explain, but Jong-hoon won't listen. He threatens to make Reporter Park lose his job. This scares Reporter Park. He finally tells the truth. He says he's not the stalker, but was paid by the stalker to take photos of Ha-jin. He shows Jong-hoon his chat history with the stalker. He says he's never seen the stalker's face. They only communicate online. But Jong-hoon doesn't believe him. Reporter Park swears he's telling the truth to convince Jong-hoon. Reporter Park says he never met the stalker in person, but once saw him from afar. The man rides a black motorcycle. He's fully covered up. He even hides the license plate with cloth. After hearing this, Jong-hoon grows more worried. He calls Ha-jin to ask where she is. Ha-jin is having tea with her manager. They chose a quiet cafe in a remote area, but a fan still recognizes her. The fan posts about meeting Ha-jin online. The stalker soon sees the post. He revs his engine and speeds off. Jong-hoon arrives at Ha-jin's location. As he's about to enter, a black motorcycle zooms past him. Jong-hoon notices the covered license plate. He realizes what's happening. Ha-jin steps out of the cafe. The motorcycle appears behind her like a ghost. Ha-jin doesn't know about the danger. The motorcycle charges toward her. The manager pushes Ha-jin to safety just in time. Seeing this, the stalker flees. He quickly turns around and escapes. Ha-jin freezes in shock. A strange memory flashes through her mind. Jong-hoon asks if she's okay with concern. Ha-jin finally snaps out of it. She quickly turns to check on the manager. Later they take the manager to the hospital. Luckily, it's just a broken arm, not life-threatening. But now she can't protect Ha-jin from the hospital. Jong-hoon offers to look after Ha-jin instead. That evening he walks Ha-jin home. Back in her room, Ha-jin recalls the day's strange events. Who was that girl in her memory? She tries hard to remember, but her headache grows worse. Hearing noises, Jong-hoon rushes to check on her. Seeing how pale she looks, he offers to make her some tea. Ha-jin begs him not to leave. Jong-hoon promises he'll just be gone 1 minute. But what happens next isn't what you might expect. Jong-hoon quietly reads in the living room. He sits where Ha-jin can see him. He doesn't want her to feel scared alone. Meanwhile, at the hospital, the manager senses something wrong. Someone is sneaking toward her room. She decides to strike first. Her loud shout makes the intruder freeze. The person did freeze in fear, but it was the wrong person. Assistant Peter heard about her injury. He came to visit her. He even brought a bag of snacks. The manager asks what all this is. Peter tells her to look. Then he moves the sofa. A simple home theater is set up. A horror movie starts playing on screen. Peter says he's worried it might scare her. He offers to switch to a comedy, but the manager says this is fine. She asks if Peter is scared of horror films. He brags about being a horror movie fan. He claims to enjoy being scared, but his fear proves him wrong instantly. If he could choose again, he would never suggest watching movies. Then he turns to look. The manager's hair tie came loose, but her injured arm makes it hard to fix. Peter naturally offers to help. He starts tying her hair. The manager feels her face getting warm. Then she secretly smiles. Meanwhile, Jong-hoon just fell asleep with Ha-jin. He gets a call from the stalker. The stalker asks if he's with that woman. He asks if it's Ha-jin. Jong-hoon is surprised. He knows about Ha-jin. The creep says a stalker told him about her. Just as Jong-hoon suspected, the creep and the stalker are working together. He quickly asks who the stalker is, but the creep hangs up on him. The next day, Jong-hoon confronts the creep in person. He demands to know who's stalking Ha-jin. The creep says he doesn't know either. He only contacts the stalker through letters. Then he asks if Jong-hoon has fallen for Ha-jin. Jong-hoon stays silent. The creep forces him to answer. He says Jong-hoon is betraying Seo-yeon's memory. If not for you, Seo-yeon would still be alive. And now you're in love with her best friend. He wonders what expression Seo-yeon would make if she could see Jong-hoon like this. The words cut Jong-hoon deep. The creep's words replay in his mind as he drives home. He pulls over to the roadside. Then Ha-jin calls him, worried about her safety. Her company asks the police to investigate. The next day, police collect evidence at Ha-jin's home. Police involvement escalates the situation. Reporter Park regrets everything now. He never thought money would cause such trouble. He quickly deletes the photos from his computer. But police are already at his door. When he doesn't open the door, the police break in. But Reporter Park has already escaped through the window. He thinks he got away safely. Then he gets a message from Jong-hoon. Jong-hoon says if he doesn't confess everything to the police, His crimes will be exposed on the news tonight. The message includes his past recordings. He says he only took money from a stalker and sold Hajin's photos to him. Now Reporter Park has no way out. He has to turn himself in at the police station under police questioning. Reporter Park remembers talking with the stalker. The stalker said he first met Hajin at a coffee shop long ago. They knew each other before she became famous. Hearing these important clues from the police, Hajin still can't remember who it is. But the manager remembers very clearly. Only 2 people fit this description. One is the driver Moon Cheol, the other is director Kim Star. Hajin's birthday is coming. Fans send gifts early, touched by their kindness. She takes photos of each gift and posts them online to thank her fans for their support. Fans in other countries can only dream of such treatment, but she most looks forward to Jong-hoon's gift. Having a birthday is something. It's kind of a big deal. Jong-hoon must know about it. Seeing Ha-jin's hopeful look, the manager suggests she should tell Jong-hoon directly so she won't regret it later. That makes sense. Soon Jong-hoon gets a text. Are you home? Actually, Wednesday is my birthday. Do you have time? No need for gifts, just dinner together. But Jong-hoon ignores the message. He's feeling confused. The stalker's words hit him hard. They strike Jong-hoon's heart. He always told himself not to love Ha-jin, but without realizing it, his resolve has disappeared. If Ha-jin remembers her past, how will they face each other? Not knowing what to do, Jong-hoon avoids Ha-jin. Ha-jin dreams of that girl again. This time she sees the girl's face and learns her name is Seo-yeon. Ha-jin wakes up startled. The manager thinks it's just a nightmare, but Ha-jin's lost memories are slowly coming back. The next day police follow the manager's clues. The police start investigating the driver and director Kim. The officers ask why the driver left work early that day. The driver quickly says he went out with friends. This gives the driver an alibi, but the motorcycle helmet at his home makes the police suspicious again. Another officer visits Director Kim's house. Director Kim says he was working late that day. He can't provide an alibi, and Director Kim also rides motorcycles. After the police leave, Director Kim's expression looks even more suspicious. Who is the real stalker, the driver or Director Kim? Meanwhile, Jong-hoon tries to avoid Ha-jin. He even stops using his phone and reads newspapers. But he underestimates Ha-jin's popularity. Her face is even in the newspapers. Then his father calls and asks him to come home. When Jong-hoon arrives, his father hands him a box. It's from his late mother. Jong-hoon opens the box. Inside are his childhood toys. Each toy holds warm memories. In a letter his mother tells him, when you find something precious, you should grab it without hesitation, not for others, but for your own happiness. The words comfort Jong-hoon, but to live happily for yourself. Mom's words calm Jong-hoon down. They make him feel suddenly clear-headed. Meanwhile Ha-jin, who he misses so much, is shooting a magazine photo shoot. Though Ha-jin acts silly sometimes, she looks incredibly charming at work. During a break Ha-jin thinks about last night's strange dream. Then Jong-hoon surprisingly calls her. First he apologizes for not replying yesterday. He says he's free on Wednesday. Let's have dinner together. Ha-jin smiles sweetly after hanging up. Then the manager approaches her. He says the photos are approved and they can wrap up. Ha-jin changes clothes and prepares to leave, but then something unexpected happens. Before the fat representative can get in the car, the door starts closing by itself. Ha-jin senses something is wrong. Then a black cloth covers her head. Her arm hurts and she passes out. The manager yells for security to stop the car, but it's too late. Jong-hoon rushes to the police station. The police tell him Moon Cheol, Ha-jin's driver, is also missing. Police search Moon Cheol's home, but can't find him. Instead, they discover lots of jewelry there, just as everyone is searching harder for Moon Cheol. Jong-hoon feels something isn't right, because when the police questioned Director Kim earlier, Director Kim had a suspicious look before leaving. Jong-hoon also finds Director Kim's traffic ticket. Director Kim told the police he never left home all day. So how could he get a ticket? He quickly calls the police, but they already found Moon Cheol's hiding spot. They won't listen to Jong-hoon's amateur opinion. Soon the police catch Moon Cheol, but Ha-jin is nowhere to be found. Moon Cheol confesses immediately. He admits stealing from Ha-jin's house. The police were looking in the wrong place. Director Kim is the one who took Ha-jin. He now brings steak to Ha-jin's room. His gentle smile looks terrifying. Ha-jin cuts his hand with a knife. Director Kim angrily takes the knife, then smiles creepily again. Ha-jin is completely scared now. Luckily Jong-hoon tracks them using the ticket location. After searching it gets dark, but he spots Director Kim. He quickly calls the police. Director Kim talks to Ha-jin's photo alone. Suddenly the lights go out. Director Kim goes to check Jong-hoon, who was hiding nearby, rushes out and knocks Director Kim down with a stick. But Director Kim fights dirty. He grabs a brick and attacks from behind. The two start wrestling with each other. Finally, Jong-hoon overpowers Director Kim. He locks him in the garage. Then he quickly rescues Ha-jin. Director Kim's evil deeds are exposed to the public. He will face justice for his crimes. Turns out Director Kim had been investigating Jong-hoon. He found the creepy man. He asked him about what he did to Jong-hoon in the past. He plans to break Jong-hoon the same way. He wants to drive him away from Ha-jin. When the creepy man in the hospital sees Director Kim's arrest news, he mocks him for being weak. Meanwhile, after Ha-jin is rescued, fans send her even more gifts. Today happens to be her birthday. Even Jong-hoon's annoying boss comes to cheer her up. Ha-jin feels very touched, but after everyone leaves, she feels lonely again. The person she most wants to see still hasn't shown up. At night, she and the manager go out to look at the stars. The manager says she'll go buy some snacks. As soon as she leaves, the person Ha-jin has been waiting for appears. He asks if she's feeling better now. He says he didn't contact her so she could rest properly. Then Jong-hoon takes Ha-jin's hand. He takes Ha-jin to see the birthday gift he prepared for her. He says he took a long time to choose because he didn't know what to buy. He hopes she will like it. Ha-jin opens the gift. Inside are things to help her sleep better. Jong-hoon says she's been having nightmares lately, so he bought these things to help her. He hopes she'll only have sweet dreams from now on. Ha-jin says she loves it and feels touched, but her face shows the opposite feeling. She's afraid this might be Jong-hoon's last kindness to her. When we first got together, you clearly said you didn't like me. Then the stalker situation happened. You stayed because you worried about me. Now that the stalker is caught, she fears Jong-hoon will leave. Jong-hoon says he won't leave anymore. Ha-jin asks why. He says he wants to stay by her side. He wishes her a happy birthday. Last night she and her boyfriend kissed. The manager gets super excited hearing this. Who doesn't love gossip, especially about a top actress and famous anchor? Ha-jin and Jong-hoon start their sweet love life. They plan to meet in the evening, but Ha-jin starts picking clothes at 10 a.m. She keeps sending Jong-hoon caring messages. Ha-jin starts picking out clothes as early as 10 a.m. After getting ready, she begins sending Jong-hoon caring texts. Jong-hoon feels very touched by this. To prepare for their first date, Ha-jin buys several boxes of clothes for Jong-hoon. Since Jong-hoon usually wears suits, people might recognize him easily on a date, so she wants to change his style. Under Ha-jin's strong insistence, Jong-hoon has no choice but to try on outfits. First is the cute puppy style. Ha-jin's smile looks a little forced. Next is the hip-hop trend style. Finally, the nerdy bad boy style. Some people just look best in suits. Ha-jin asks Jong-hoon to try one last outfit. This time the style doesn't look as strange. To avoid being recognized by fans, they put on masks before getting out of the car. They think they're safe now. But after walking just a short distance, two students spot them. Ha-jin suggests going back to the car. Jong-hoon stops her. Let them take pictures if they want. It's nothing to hide. He holds Ha-jin's hand and keeps walking under the cherry blossoms. He even takes off his mask. When they reach a quiet spot, they sneak in a quick kiss. The sweet and sour smell of love is almost overflowing from the screen at night. Jong-hoon walks Ha-jin home. They can't wait and start a video call right away. Ha-jin sits gracefully in front of her phone. She even teaches Jong-hoon to hold the camera at a 45-degree angle. That way he looks the most polished. But Jong-hoon doesn't seem to understand the trick at all. Then the manager walks in. He yells about how messy the room is. He even lifts Ha-jin's legs up. Turns out Ha-jin only dressed up her upper half. She's actually wearing pajama pants. Ha-jin quickly ends the video call. She's about to scold the manager, but when he says they're going out for cake, she instantly calms down. The manager says he'll take her if she cleans the room in 10 minutes. Ha-jin suggests cleaning after eating. The manager refuses. Meanwhile, the doctor asks Jong-hoon to meet. Actually, Jong-hoon visited the doctor a few days ago. He told him about dating Ha-jin, but the doctor didn't congratulate him. Instead, he looked very worried. If he dates Ha-jin, she might remember Seo-yeon easily. Jong-hoon says he won't lose Ha-jin. For this reason, he also thinks this issue shouldn't come between them. But the doctor's expression stays serious. It seems like the doctor is hiding some secret. But then the secretary comes in and interrupts their talk. That night, the doctor asks Jong-hoon to meet again. No matter how hard it is for him, he can't keep hiding the truth anymore. He tells Jong-hoon that after Seo-yeon died, Ha-jin wanted to end her life, because she felt she was the one who caused Seo-yun's death. She thought that man was Seo-yun's boyfriend. So she gave him the password to Seo-yun's dance studio. After hearing this from the doctor, Jong-hoon feels more heartbroken than anything. He can't imagine how painful it must have been for guilty Ha-jin. He quietly goes to Ha-jin's house. He decides to protect her even more from now on. Then Ha-jin calls him. She says she keeps dreaming about a girl named Seo-yun, but she can't remember who this person is. Jong-hoon comforts her, saying she should just let it be if she can't remember. Compared to past memories, the future is more important. He says this to Ha-jin and also to himself. But Ha-jin still asks the manager who Seo-yun is. The manager has already prepared a lie. She says Seo-yun was Ha-jin's childhood friend, who now lives abroad. You haven't been in touch for a long time. Ha-jin finds it strange that they were close friends, but she can't remember Seo-yun at all. The manager explains it's because of the car accident. That's why you forgot about Seo-yun. This explanation calms Ha-jin down for now, but then someone else shows up to cause trouble. The old man is the doctor's father. He's also a skilled brain specialist. Ever since Jong-hoon was little, he's been studying Jong-hoon's condition. Today he asks Jong-hoon to meet. While asking about his life, he keeps bringing up Ha-jin. When he hears Jong-hoon is dating Ha-jin, he asks if Jong-hoon still can't forget Seo-yun. If so, how can he like Ha-jin? Jong-hoon says he remembers every moment with Seo-yun, every smile and expression. He remembers it all clearly. But now he wants to change himself. Since he can't forget anything, he'll face life with these memories. Only then can he truly love Ha-jin. The old man wishes them well, but his expression looks strange. He doesn't want Jong-hoon to date. After 25 years of studying Jong-hoon, he found his hyperthymesia makes a great story hook. So he secretly writes a book about Jong-hoon's story. He plans to sell the book to a publisher, but just then Jong-hoon starts dating someone. This goes against how Jong-hoon is described in the book. Worried about sales, the old man comes up with a plan to break them up. As Jong-hoon's doctor, he asks Ha-jin to meet him. Then he tells Ha-jin about Jong-hoon's first love. He says, someone with Jong-hoon's perfect memory can never forget his first love. So you're just a replacement for his first love. Hearing this, Ha-jin remembers when she first confessed to Jong-hoon. He said he couldn't forget his first love. Now it seems maybe Jong-hoon doesn't truly love her. She calls Jong-hoon, but on the phone Jong-hoon only shows care and love for her. This makes Ha-jin sure he loves her. She cheers up and ignores the old man's words. But after hanging up, Jong-hoon is shocked by some news. The crazy man locked in the hospital has escaped. Jong-hoon's phone rings. It shows Ha-jin at a public event. The video is sent by the escaped crazy man. Ha-jin is more famous than I thought. He laughs and says he'll go get her autograph. If you're worried, you should come quickly. Last time you couldn't save Seo-yun. Let's see if you can save Ha-jin. This time Jong-hoon hangs up the phone. He rushes to the event location like crazy. But the psycho man has already reached Ha-jin's side. He takes off his mask and asks if she remembers him. But Ha-jin, who lost her memory, doesn't sense any danger. He says, hello, I'm Seo-yun's boyfriend. At this moment the color seems to fade from Ha-jin's world. All the memories she had forgotten come rushing back to her now. Suddenly she feels dizzy. Then she faints. When Ha-jin wakes up again, she's in the hospital. She pulls out her phone and walks out. The manager tries to stop her, but Ha-jin asks why they kept this from her. Now, every time she thinks of Seo-yun, guilt washes over her. With the manager by her side, she goes to where Seo-yun's ashes are kept. Looking at Seo-yun's photo, Ha-jin cries uncontrollably. She keeps saying, I'm sorry, over and over. Jong-hoon worries about Ha-jin's safety. He runs to Ha-jin's house in a hurry. Ha-jin says she remembers everything. Now she asks Jong-hoon She asks if Jong-hoon already knew about her relationship with Seo-yun. Jong-hoon doesn't deny it. He kept it from Ha-jin because he didn't want to see her in pain like this. Since things can't be changed now, he hopes Ha-jin won't drown in past sorrows. Ha-jin goes back inside. She asks the manager for old photos of her and Seo-yun. Seeing how close they used to be makes her feel even worse. Meanwhile, Jong-hoon returns to the TV station. Instead of comforting Ha-jin, he has something more urgent to do. He needs to catch the psycho killer before he strikes again. He exposes the killer's crimes on the news, along with his photo, asking the public for any information. After thinking all night, Ha-jin tells Jong-hoon she wants to break up. She can't accept herself like this. Seo-yun died because of her mistake. Now she's dating Seo-yun's boyfriend. This makes her feel terrible. Jong-hoon says the killer is to blame, not her. She's also a victim who lost her best friend. But Ha-jin still can't forgive herself. She tries to leave. Jong-hoon reminds her they promised never to say goodbye again. Ha-jin says sorry. She says she can't keep her promise. In the end, Ha-jin chooses to break up, to escape painful memories. She asks the fat representative to give her more work. In the days that follow, Ha-jin works like a machine. She doesn't give herself a moment to rest. She ignores all of Jong-hoon's messages. The manager tells her to take a break, but Ha-jin says only work helps her sleep. Seeing this, the doctor asks to meet her. Ha-jin looks strong, but the doctor isn't fooled. The doctor says since he learned about her and Jong-hoon, he's been worried. He even told Jong-hoon to leave her. But Jong-hoon said, even if memories hurt them, he won't leave her. He wants to face everything with her. The doctor hopes Ha-jin can be as brave as Jong-hoon. Ha-jin is moved by his words, but she still can't overcome her pain. Then one day, because of production issues, the drama she prepared for gets cancelled. Ha-jin stares at the script on her bed. She remembers Jong-hoon helping her rehearse. He stayed by her side to support her. Is this a sign from fate? Is this a sign that she should cut ties with Jong-hoon completely? Then she gathers all the gifts Jong-hoon gave her and throws them away. But she can't help looking back. The manager wakes up and finds Ha-jin is gone. She didn't even take her phone. Jong-hoon hears the news and searches everywhere for her. Then it starts raining heavily. Finally Jong-hoon sees Ha-jin. She looks lost outside his building. She couldn't stop missing him, so she came secretly. Now she looks nothing like her usual bright self. Her tired, thin face makes him sad. Then she carefully asks Jong-hoon if she can stay with him. But after they go inside, Ha-jin changes her mind. She says sorry and takes back her words. She tells him to forget what she said and says she's leaving now. Jong-hoon isn't angry. He stops her from leaving. He kindly puts dry clothes on the table. He tells her to change and drink tea first. When Ha-jin comes out after changing, Jong-hoon has made warm porridge for her. He says she can leave after eating. Seeing Ha-jin standing still, Jong-hoon takes her hand and makes her sit down. Jong-hoon is still wearing his wet clothes after all. This time Ha-jin tells him to go change his clothes too, but Jong-hoon says he's afraid she'll run away while he's changing. After Ha-jin promises she won't leave, Jong-hoon finally goes to change into dry clothes. Later he walks Ha-jin home, but he stops her at the door. Jong-hoon says he's actually the worst person. He knew everything from the start, but still selfishly wanted to be with her. Since he's already bad, he might as well go all the way. The next morning Jong-hoon calls right away. Ha-jin sees it, but ignores it. But the doorbell rings the next second. Jong-hoon at the door says he's there to pick up his clothes. But really he just wants to see Ha-jin. Later the company sends Ha-jin to film a charity ad. Not sure if it's a coincidence or planned. Jong-hoon is also invited by the filming crew. The director gives them a big push. He suggests Ha-jin and Jong-hoon film a scene together. He says couples look more caring on camera. Jong-hoon quickly agrees, before Ha-jin can say anything. The manager immediately says it's fine, so they sit together on a bench. At first Ha-jin feels awkward, but when the crew brings out a cute dog, Ha-jin visibly relaxes. She keeps looking at Jong-hoon sitting beside her. That night, after going home, Jong-hoon sends her photos from their daytime meeting. This makes Ha-jin's heart waver. Meanwhile Jong-hoon gets another call from the stalker. The stalker says he'll prove he and Seo-yeon were meant to be. After hanging up, Jong-hoon realizes something. He rushes to where Seo-yeon's ashes are kept. Just as he feared, the stalker has taken Seo-yeon's ashes. Jong-hoon calls the manager immediately. He tells her to protect Ha-jin at all costs. He then goes after the stalker himself. He guesses the stalker will be on that rooftop, where he pushed Seo-yeon years ago. Jong-hoon arrives and sees Seo-yeon's ashes there. Suddenly the stalker stabs Jong-hoon from behind. He wants to kill Jong-hoon before joining Seo-yeon. Just then police arrive, facing the police guns. The stalker gives up fighting. He yells, "Seo-yeon, I'm coming for you." Then he closes his eyes and collapses. Later Ha-jin gets a call from the hospital. Luckily the doctor says Jong-hoon will be okay. Seeing Jong-hoon open his eyes, Ha-jin stands to call the doctor. Jong-hoon grabs her hand. This time he won't let go, no matter what. But the crazy man didn't die. The strong impact broke his neck. He can't move or speak now. Living like this is worse than death, the perfect punishment for him. Ha-jin finally lets go of her worries. The two get back together. After leaving the hospital, Jong-hoon goes to work. Reporters immediately surround him. They all ask questions at once. Is the book's main character you? Jong-hoon's doctor wrote a book about him against his son's wishes. The book is based on Jong-hoon's story. The doctor's son thinks his father did something wrong. He promises to help Jong-hoon protect his rights. Now everyone knows about Jong-hoon's condition. The doctor's son apologizes to Jong-hoon. He feels bad for not stopping his father. Jong-hoon says it's not his fault. He couldn't hide his condition forever anyway. Ha-jin sees the book online. She worries people might attack Jong-hoon because of it. The manager says it won't be that bad. There's nothing wrong with having hyperthymesia. People will forget about it soon. But Ha-jin still goes to the TV station. She waits until Jong-hoon finishes the news. They have a picnic on the grass. Ha-jin gives Jong-hoon fruit cut into animal shapes. They're hard to recognize, but Jong-hoon still smiles happily. Jong-hoon guesses Ha-jin is worried about him because of the book incident. Ha-jin doesn't deny it. She hopes Jong-hoon won't be bothered by outside opinions. Jong-hoon says seeing her makes all his worries go away. Seeing Jong-hoon is fine. Ha-jin stops worrying. They lie down together on the grass, enjoying their sweet time together. Next day, the doctor reports Jong-hoon's father to the police because in the book his father published, there are many private details from Jong-hoon's therapy sessions. His father stole these records from the doctor, then wrote a book and shared them publicly. The police take Jong-hoon's father for questioning. The newly released book gets pulled from stores. The doctor protects Jong-hoon. He makes the right choice between loyalty and justice. With the doctor's help, the public interest in Jong-hoon's condition fades quickly. But reporter Park, who Jong-hoon forced to confess earlier, comes forward again to get back at Jong-hoon. He goes live and says the book is about Jong-hoon. In front of everyone online, he talks about Jong-hoon's first love. Then reporter Park starts mocking Jong-hoon. You shouldn't get together with your ex's best friend. Reporter Park twists the facts. Fans start doubting Jong-hoon's character. Some even wonder if Jong-hoon and Ha-jin were involved before his girlfriend died. People say Jong-hoon and Ha-jin were already secretly dating. This news causes a huge scandal across the country. That night the manager and Ha-jin return home. As soon as they open the car door, reporters swarm around them. Facing the reporters' aggressive questions, Ha-jin doesn't know how to respond. Luckily Jong-hoon arrives, ignoring the flashing cameras. He takes Ha-jin's hand and walks her inside. The manager blocks the reporters behind them. You'd think they'd be upset. But once inside they secretly snack on the manager's food. They watch TV while happily eating. Even if the world is ending outside, being together makes everything okay. That's all that matters to them. But they don't realize how bad things will get the next day at work. Ha-jin finds all her schedules canceled. The fat representative has no choice, but he suggests Ha-jin try working in America. Jong-hoon's situation isn't any better. His bosses pressure the station chief to replace him. The loyal station chief refuses to fire him, but he might lose his own job. Jong-hoon quits to protect the station chief. That night, he tells Ha-jin about resigning. Ha-jin stays quiet, but after hanging up, she blames herself deeply. She knows how much Jong-hoon loves his job, but now he quits to protect their love. Ha-jin thinks about it all night. She decides to follow the company's plan and go to America. This is the only way to stop hurting Jong-hoon. Later she meets Jong-hoon and breaks up with him. She says, even if you can't forget me, let's just treat it as the past. 2 years pass quickly. Jong-hoon, now a former news anchor, works as a reporter. His honesty and sharp words not only bring back his popularity, but also make him a nightmare for guilty people. Though the past is long gone, Jong-hoon still feels empty inside. He often searches for news about Ha-jin on his phone. One day after work, the station chief insists on dinner. Watching the station chief flatteringly grill meat for him, Jong-hoon feels uneasy and, just as he expected, the station chief asks for a favor. He wants Jong-hoon to return as a news anchor, but Jong-hoon says he prefers being a field reporter. He has flexible hours and no late-night work. The station chief pleads with folded hands. Jong-hoon can't refuse and agrees. And so Jong-hoon, in a sharp suit, returns to the dressing room. His comeback after 2 years breaks ratings records, until one day Jong-hoon sees a familiar figure while driving. It's Ha-jin. It seems she has returned from America. Jong-hoon thinks Ha-jin didn't notice him, but Ha-jin actually saw him earlier. She just doesn't know how to face him, so she pretends not to see. Jong-hoon drives his car to Ha-jin's building, but after hesitating he leaves. They haven't contacted each other for 2 whole years, though they both miss each other very much. But neither knows how to express their feelings. Maybe the time isn't right yet. Both are waiting for the right moment. One day Jong-hoon buys books at a store. He accidentally sees Ha-jin. He quickly follows her, but realizes it's someone else just as he turns away disappointed. The two who miss each other finally meet. They greet each other awkwardly. Then Jong-hoon's phone rings. Fans nearby recognize them. Ha-jin says goodbye quickly and leaves, but Ha-jin stops after walking out. She can't miss him again. She gathers courage and returns to the store. Meanwhile, Jong-hoon is also looking for Ha-jin. They keep missing each other while searching. Jong-hoon calls Ha-jin's number, but the number from 2 years ago no longer works. Jong-hoon drives away sadly, but his car gets scratched by a taxi on the road. The taxi driver gets out and politely apologizes to Jong-hoon. Just as Jong-hoon feels upset, someone steps out of the taxi. They both freeze when they see each other. Is this fate bringing them together? Later, Jong-hoon drives Ha-jin home right before Ha-jin goes inside. Jong-hoon can't hold back anymore. He gathers courage to share his feelings. He tells Ha-jin that ever since he agreed to break up 2 years ago, he has regretted it. If he could turn back time, he would rather be rejected by Ha-jin many times than be apart from her again. Ha-jin says she regrets it too. She regrets leaving Jong-hoon alone here. She says she's truly sorry. After going through many hardships, they finally get back together safely. Unlike 2 years ago, they now cherish each other more. Even when facing reporters' cameras again, they bravely hold each other's hands. To celebrate their reunion, Ha-jin orders 2 big boxes of things online again. This time it's different. She buys camping equipment. This time they put all the camping gear in the trunk. Just as they're about to leave, it suddenly starts raining. Jong-hoon says it's just light rain, but the next second he says it's getting heavier. Now he asks if they can still camp like this. Ha-jin says yes, they can. The scene changes. Ha-jin lies inside the tent playing with her phone. They actually set up the tent in the living room to make it feel real. They even cook instant noodles on a camping stove. Indoor camping is a bit disappointing, but they're happy to be together.